we are in Central Sri Lanka. We've been here for 7 days and we've spent a total of $14 each per day. We've split our time up between 3 destinations, Ella, Kandy, and Dambulla. There are quite a few other things to see in Central Sri Lanka, but because of cost, we chose to do these 3 areas. So we came to Ella from Tisamaharama, and we actually met 2 girls at the bus stop. Their names were Christina and Ravina, and because we had 4 of us, we decided to just barter for a private taxi, and it ended up being almost as cheap as a bus with $250 per person.
We ended up traveling with these 2 backpackers for the next couple of days, and it was a lot of fun. We'll miss you guys. The first night we stayed at the 1964 boutique hostel, and it was $11 per night. We had some of the best food in Sri Lanka at this hostel. After that we moved to the Sudamal cottage. It was $7 per night.
The best way to explore Ella on your own is to rent a motorbike. The one we rented was $1,200 and we rented it from our first accommodation.
Other than that, there are a couple places you can walk to. The highlights for us were Little Adams Peak and the 9-Arch Bridge.
Our next destination was Kandy, and the train from Ella to Kandy is famous for being some of the most beautiful scenery in the entire world. Once we got to Kandy, we stayed at Apple Sarah Homestay and it cost $10 per night.
Our accommodation was about 5 kilometers from the main city, so we had to take the bus to get there, but everywhere in Sri Lanka, transportation is very cheap. Some of the lesser highlights of Kandy are the 4 Dambulas, the big white Buddha statue, the Kandy Lake, and traditional Kandian dancing. If you want to see the top attraction, it's called the Temple of the Tooth, and it costs 1,500 rupees per person. Somehow we got in for free. I think we got confused with a bunch of Chinese tourists and people were confusing on where the ticket booth was. Anyways, we got in for free. Needless to say, we saved a little bit of money on that. But if you want to go to the Kandian dancing, that'll be about 1,000 rupees per person.
Our final destination was Dambulla. We stayed here at the Dambulla Budget Rest and it was only $7 per night. While we're on the topic of accommodation, I would just like to say that every single place we stayed at in Central Sri Lanka was phenomenal and I would highly recommend any of the hotels.
There are 2 main attractions in Dambulla. The first one is the Dambulla Caves. This is a network of 4 caves. They're pretty small, but they're decorated with a lot of paintings and Buddha statues. This costs 1,500 rupees per person. The second is the Golden Buddha statue. This cost 200 rupees to enter, but there was no one at the ticket booth and we didn't pay for that one either. The transportation in Sri Lanka is so cheap that it's hardly worth mentioning. All you have to do is budget a few dollars every couple days and you'll be fine. Other areas of note in Central Sri Lanka are Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Sigiriya Rock, and Adams Peak.
All of these places charge somewhere around 25 cents for locals and about $25 for tourists. We find this to be a little bit ridiculous. There are so many other places in Southeast Asia that you can pay hardly anything to go visit that are similar to these areas. That being said, I would just pick and choose your favorite and just go to whatever ones you can afford.
Food in Central Sri Lanka varied in price. We got meals for anywhere from 100 to 400 rupees. Next we will be heading to the east and north of Sri Lanka, so stay tuned for that one. Like and subscribe, and thanks again for watching.
Bye guys!
As far as transportation goes, it's so cheap. All you have to do is budget a couple dollars per day and you'll be fine.
No, a couple dollars every couple of days.
Oh,
a few dollars.
The transportation in Sri Lanka is so cheap that it's hardly worth mentioning. All you have to do is
Mentioning. All you have to do
is budget a couple of dollars every All you have to do is budget a couple of dollars every couple of days and you'll be fine.
I'm in a mood tonight. It's about to be on tonight. Getting so smooth, trying to sex you up. Swaggers on maximum. We turn it up the beat, just riding in the street. Gotta hit the club all night. We can't even see it leave. Yo, leaning like the seats, and it's got me feeling alright. Make me feel good in my cup. Give me that look, I know what's up. Backseat ride, better buckle up. Put the top down, things are heating up. I got your touch on Naples Carter. Now you got me started. Got some color in your body. We want that body. what's up. Backseat ride, better buckle up. With the top down, things are heating up. I got your touch on apricot. Now you got me started. Got some caught up in your body. We forgot to party. Just liquid feel good in my cup. Give me that look, I know what's up. Backseat ride, better buckle up. Put the top down, things are heating up. I got your touch on apricot.